In this class, we can study about directive principles of state policy. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. It came into existence on 26 January 1950. It is the longest written constitution of any sovereign country in the world, containing 444 articles and 12 schedules, 22 parts and 101 amendments. These things already we studied in last classes. Okay, then today we can study about directive principles of state policies. Part 4, Article 36 to 51 deals with various directive principles of state policy. The concept of directive principle of state policy was borrowed from the Irish Constitution. Okay, then this policy borrowed from Irish Constitution. The makers of the Constitution of India were influenced by the Irish nationalist movement. The principles have been inspired by the directive principle given in the Constitution of Ireland and also by the principles of Gandhism and relate to social justice, then economic welfare, foreign policy, and legal and administrative matters. Then the principles of the principles have been inspired by directive principles like Gandhism, then social justice, economic welfare, then foreign policy. These things are the important things in these policies. The directive principles of state policy are guidelines to the central and state government of India to be kept in mind while framing laws and policies. Then, when government is framing laws and policies, these guidelines need to keep in mind. These provisions contained Part 4 of the Constitution of India are not enforceable by any court, but the principles laid down therein are considered fundamental in the governance of the country, making the duty of state to apply these principles in making laws to establish a just society in the country. Then main guideline is to kept in mind while framing laws and policies. That one is the main policy. These principles are like instruments of instruction or policy guidelines to every government that comes to power. Okay, it may be noted that these principles are non-justiciable as they cannot enforce through the courts. They are not self-executory and required to be converted into policies and programs of the government. But this feature of the directive principle does not detract them from value and significance. This is because these principles, especially like welfare of state, a concept that is unavoidable for the modern nation state. Then framers wanted India to become welfare state, and to that end they cooperated by these principles. Development and progress of the country will depend on the realization of the directive principles. Then, directive principles of state policies aim to create social and economic conditions under which the citizen can live good life. Then, main thing is social and economic condition for a good life. Establish social and economic democracy through a welfare of state. another important aim is make a welfare state. Then they act as a yardstick in the hands of the people to measure the performance of the government. Then the directive principles are non-justiciable rights of the peoples, though not justiciable, are fundamental in the governance of a country. Then we can go through each articles. Part 4 of the Constitution in Article 36 to 51 deals with the directive principles. Then Article 36, definition of state. The state includes government and parliament of India and the government and legislatures of each state and all local or other authorities within the territory of India or under the control of Government of India. Then in Article 36 it's defining state. Then in Article 37, application of the principles. Then Article 38, state to secure a social order of promotion of welfare of the people. Then state to, in 38, Article 38, state to secure welfare of the people. Article 39, certain principle of policy to be followed by the state, equal rights to men and women, ownership of resources, equal pay for equal work, for protection of children. Then Article 39A, equal justice and free legal aid to citizens having economic or other disabilities. Then Article 40, organization of village panchayat. Then 39A, equal justice, free legal aid. Okay. Then 40, organization of village panchayat. And 41, right to work, education and to public assistance in certain cases. Then Article 42, provision for just human conditions of work and maternity relief. Then 43, living wage, good working conditions, etc. for workers. Article 43A, participation of workers in management of industries. Then Article 44, Uniform Civil Code for the citizens. Then Article 45, provision for free and compulsory education for children. Article 46, promotion of educational and economic interest of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes of other weaker sections. Then Article 44, Uniform Civil Code for citizens. Then 45, for compulsory education. 46, welfare of SC and ST and other weaker sections. 47, Article 47, duty of the state to rise the level of nutrition and the standard of living to improve public health. Article 48, organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. Article 48A, protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding of forest and wildlife. Then Article 49, protection of monuments and places and objects of national importance. Then Article 50, separation of judiciary from executive. Article 51, promotion of international peace, security. Then just and honorable relations, encourage settlement interaction disputes by arbitration. These are the main articles. Implementation of DS in directive principles of state policies through land reforms, banking policy, fixation minimum wages for employees engaged in various employments, then welfare schemes for weaker section, Gandhian principles. The chapters on directive principles contains the principles which were dear to the father of nation and reflect the Gandhian ideals. Means some of the principles are to organize village panchayat, then to promote educational and economic interest of weaker sections, then protect scheduled caste and tribes from social justice. These are the Gandhian principles. Then to promote cottage industries in rural areas, then prevention of slaughter of cows, etc. These are the Gandhian principles. Then in educational matters, another set of these principles relate to educational matters, especially Article 45 declares state shall provide free and compulsory education for all children up to age of 14 years. Then Article 46 seeks to promote educational and economic interest. Then we know Article 51, international peace and security. In that one, to promote international peace and security and maintain justice and honorable relations between nations. That one is a main thing. Then encourage settlement of international disputes. These are coming under Article 51. Then miscellaneous principles like secure all citizens uniform civil code, then to take steps for the separation of the judiciary, to ensure legal system to promote justice, provide free legal aid, then to take steps to secure participation of workers in the management of undertaking or organization, to protect and improve the environment and safeguard of the forest and wildlife. Then Panchayati Raj Equal Remuneration Act of 1976 means 42nd Amendment. Okay, to secure opportunity for healthy development of children, then to promote equal justice and to provide free legal aid to poor. Then these are the amendments. Then to take steps to secure participation of workers, then to protect and improve the environment and safeguard of forest. Then 44th amendment, 44th amendment, like 1978. Okay, it's added more directive principles. The state should strive to minimize inequalities in income, status, facilities, and opportunities. Then 86th Amendment in 2002, that one is Article 45 made elementary education fundamental right. Then Part 4, Articles to Article from 37 to 51 contains active obligation of the state. These are the main things in this directive principle. Then Consumer Protection Act of what are the significance of directive principle? Then call it as in the positive sense, or like common man constitution seek to fulfill basic needs of the common man. Then another thing, socialism. This is the age of socialism and welfare state. Our views about the purpose of function state have completely changed. Okay, then the directive principles uh, giving effect to the modern social and political ideals. Then minimizing competition. The directive principles aim at minimizing the effects of competitive economy. If free competition is allowed to dominate life, the poor are bound to go to the wall. Only the rich and the strong will survive. Okay. Then the directive principle promoting spirit of cooperation and mutual aid in society. Then next one, socio-economic revolution. The most important feature of the directive principle bringing about non-violent socio-economic revolutions in the country. That one is another significance. Then another significance is public opinion. The inclusion of directive principles in opinion. The real sanction behind this principle is the vigilant public opinion. Then directive principle as a guidelines to the court. Although these principles cannot be enforced by court, they serve as ideals for the judges and influence their interpretation of laws. Okay. Then noble principles. We know although directive principles of state policy lack a legal force and have no legal remedies, yet they appear to be like an instrument of instruction to all authorities.